I got something new for the CyberTruck. I'm about to trigger almost everybody in the US. Cattle Guard from EVBase. This is great because when your gas-powered vehicles break down, I can use this to push them out of my way. Or if you're a protester, I can push you out of the way with that. That just hit the left and the right. Hey, my name is Mr. X. Welcome to the Extreme Channel. We are giving away $1,000 statues to you guys. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. Hey everyone, welcome to the Extreme Channel. My name is Mr. X. We're about extreme things. Of course, my CyberTruck is extreme. Now, EVBase, who you probably remember, sent me these awesome running boards. Ended up sending this awesome cattle guard, whatever you want to call it, for the front. So cool. Huge fan. It looks fantastic, especially with the black wrap. I've been driving a lot, so a lot of dead bugs, but absolutely looks fantastic and wasn't that hard to put on. So today we're gonna take a look at it. I'm gonna throw a link in the description below where you can check this out along with a ton of other electronic vehicle accessories. Use the code EXTREME for a discount. Highly recommend them. I've dealt with them multiple times and this looks amazing. But let's check out how it's done. You order it from the website and their shipping is very quick. Not only is it very quick, but also it's packed extremely well. So you can see it right here. Everything was packed beautifully. No issues whatsoever. Now there's not too many pieces to this either. Here is everything actually laid out. And we'll get some instructions we're going to talk about that also shows you what every piece is. So really appreciate the shipping, but let's put it together. All right, so we're gonna start the assembly with the actual bumper guard itself before we put it on the truck. And as you see, we're doing it in the basement for a few reasons. Number one is there's much better lighting and it's a little chilly outside today. Two, there's football on in the background that I wanna watch. And three is the instructions for this were actually, there's a piece of paper and has a QR code that has amazing instructions online. And they also have their own video, EVBase does, on how to assemble it. Now, it didn't have everything, but based off watching that video and looking at the instructions that I can see on the computer, I think this is gonna be pretty easy to install. And I think that because, remember, I got these running boards from EVBase that were extremely simple with well thought out instructions. Not only did they have well thought out instructions, they give you all the tools you need, all the screws. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, the bumper itself consists of 6 pieces. You have the 2 brackets, 2 front bars, and then 2 side bars. You hook up the front bars first, using their 6 screw. It's the screw you have the most of, so it's pretty simple. You just screw it in. Now on the video it said don't completely tighten it until it's mounted, so you have a little bit of wiggle room, so we're gonna do that. And mine's pretty loose right now until I get the bottom one on. So both of those brackets, there's a R and an L. The L is your driver's side, so think of it as if you were sitting in the actual seat. L for love. So for the sides, they look like this, and you know it's the right side because it's gonna have a curvature towards the truck, and the top will be the longer one, so I know that this goes over on the right side. And use the same screws to assemble. Now the online video said these you could make as tight as you want from the start. All right, so we have a little bit of problem. This one is a little bit too wide. That could just be bending and shaping with the weather. Make sure I don't get my computer over there. So believe it or not, all these things behind me, I'm a statue collector, and those are made out of resin and polystone, not steel. But typically, sometimes those don't fit perfectly either, and you have to use a hairdryer to heat it up. So I think I'm gonna try that because this is pretty strong. I'm not gonna be able to bend it myself, and I need a good, probably 1/8 of an inch. All right, so I got it in.
Hey, that's what she said.
And honestly, it was a lot easier than I thought it'd be. I didn't need to use a hairdryer. I just used some of my weight and force to get it in. All right, so I have all those hand tightened, and I am going to tighten the outer. So it's nice it does come with a manual socket set, but I'm gonna go get my own socket set. Okay, so that's it regarding this. The rest is actually on the truck. This took about 15 minutes. So not too bad at all. Again, I left the front a little bit loose because that's what the EVBase video said. So let's go. All right, so I apologize about the lighting in my garage. It's actually a cloudy day. That's very untypical for this area. But the first part is where your tow bars are. where your tow hitch is down here. So there is a plastic plate behind it. You can see right there and there. So you pry this off using a screwdriver or any type of a device. You could probably do it with your fingers too, but I'm just gonna grab a flathead and pull this off while retaining the hooks here. All right, so it came off extremely easy actually. A little scary how easy it came off. So let's get the other one off and then we're gonna talk about what we're gonna mount here. All right, so similar to those running boards, if you watch that video, it's gonna utilize some of the screws that are already in there, and that includes this guy right here. So first step is actually to take him out, and they already gave you the right socket size, so I'm gonna do that next. All right, so here's probably the second hardest part of the assembly. We have the screws removed, we have the front cover removed, and you have a upper mounting bracket right here, and again, make sure the L is for the driver's side, and a lower mounting bracket. So essentially, the upper is going to fit similar to that. We're gonna go over it in a second. And then the lower is going to mount to it like that. And then we put in the original screws. Like I said, this is probably the hardest part. I would definitely recommend checking out Evie's video in my description because I'm not gonna be able to film while I do it. But I do know that this section right here actually needs to go behind that little plastic section, that outer trim piece, so that it secures even better. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. All right, so what I anticipated was 100% correct. So that is the plastic piece that has to be pulled forward. You see I have an Allen wrench stuck in there. And the reason I have an Allen wrench stuck in there, I spent about 30 minutes trying to do it without it, because remember, you wanna get this part behind there. So I stuck an Allen wrench because you actually needed, I pulled forward with all my might with both hands, and my hands are big, so I was pretty much covering it. So I got my teenage daughter to come out here and stick an Allen wrench in there. And I did it on the first one over here. And I kind of pried it back and forth a little bit, loosening it. So I did that for a while. That's what eventually got this one in there. So now that this is in there, I'm gonna replace the screw that I took out right down below, make sure everything lines up. And then we'll go on to the next step, so I'll do both of these. Okay, so both are installed, definitely the hardest part so far. Next, you take one of the two longer screws and you're actually gonna thread it down through here, like that. And we're gonna use that to attach the lower mounting bracket on the bottom and use a nut to secure it. So let's do that. All right, so both brackets are in, and the next step is actually putting on the grill. So it has those two brackets that hooked everything together. They're gonna slide right on top of that. All right, so we set the bumper on the bracket, and I left this open a little bit. You wanna make sure the hole there is actually, use the final two screws actually from the bottom up, and they're gonna thread right into that and secure it, and using the tools they gave you. So once that's secured, it'll be the final product. Big thank you to EVBase. Again, make sure to check out their website. There's so many cool stuff, not only for the CyberTruck, but tons of other electric vehicles, Tesla and other brands. But I'm a huge fan of this. I love it. I think it makes the vehicle look incredibly sharp. Plus, like we talked about at the beginning, it probably has some great functionality. Hopefully I never have to use it for either. But big thank you to EVBase. So again, please check out their stuff in the description of this video. Thank you for watching. If you're new here and you like stuff like extreme Cybertrucks or extreme traveling, extreme collectibles, make sure to check out some of my other videos. But before you leave, make sure to leave a comment below because we're doing a big giveaway. As we try to grow this channel, we like to reward you guys for watching and subscribing. So because of that, every 5,000 milestone when it comes to subscribers, we give away a couple $1,000s worth of statues. We've actually given away over 20 statues. To win one was easy. First, you gotta be subscribed to the channel. You'll get bell notifications when videos drop. Each video that drops, you wanna make a comment on those videos. We pick a random video, we give away statues based on a comment. You can say whatever you want. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Once again, a big thank you to EVBase. Really appreciate it. Thank you to you guys. Please drop a like, even if you don't like the Cybertruck or my jokes. You can drop a dislike too. I'll sleep okay. Thanks, EVBase. Check them out. Link in the description below. Talk to you guys soon. Take care.